Well, good morning and good morning. This is your Wednesday payday morning, payday day. This is Akeisha Melford calling from Berkeley, California. This is your lifestyle call. This is a daily call. It happens Monday through Friday, and we are so excited. Okay, there aren't enough days in a week for this call and the other calls that we have, but I'm going to open up the line really quickly for you guys to introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Happy payday, Robert Smith, Washington, D.C.
Mr. Robert Smith, Mr. Payday, welcome to the line. Glad to hear your voice.
All right, glad to be here.
All right, who else is out there? Say your name and where you calling from.
What are you doing, her call?
I know there's a lot of folks on the line today. Don't be shy. Say your name and where you calling from.
This is William Covington calling
Jackson,
from Baltimore.
Ramon Heights, Maryland. Morning.
All right.
Morning.
All right. Good morning.
This AM just holds it down early in the AM.
You're so kind, Mr. Paul Jackson. I really, really appreciate you. Really appreciate you calling into the show me the money call yesterday. I mean, you're such an inspiration. I really appreciate it. I mean, calling from your hospital bed. Oh, man. So I hope you're doing well. You're my prayers. All right. Okay.
And I thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes, yes. That's why we're on the call today. This is a lifestyle call because there's a sense of urgency. State your name and where you're calling from, please.
Evelyn Scott, Oakland.
Well, Miss Evelyn Scott from Oakland, California. Glad to have you on the line this morning. Welcome. All right, who else is out there? I was just about to say Mr. Lloyd Gibson can't be too far behind.
And you know that.
I know that.
Yeah, are you in the East Coast now?
No, I am not, but you know how we do here on the West Coast and also on the East Coast. We support each other all the days long.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. Who else is out there? Say your name and where you calling from.
Sandy Goins, Springdale, Maryland.
All right. Maryland's in the house. Welcome to the line, Sandy. Glad to have you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Millionaire in the making, Sheila Taylor McDuffie, Atlanta, Maryland.
All right. Miss Sheila McDuffie. Glad to hear your voice. And I think I got a chance to meet you at Treasure Island out here in San Francisco back in May. So great to have you on the line.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. I didn't catch the rest of that, but I know it's Marcia on the line. Welcome.
Thank you. This is from Upper Marlboro on time.
All right. Who was that?
This is Cassandra Cole from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Upper Marlboro, Maryland. All right. Welcome to the line.
Thank you.
We're going to get started in just a minute here, so go ahead and get those last shout out. Who's on the line?
It's Anthony from Odenton, Maryland.
Okay. Maryland's rolling deep this morning. All right. Welcome to the Lifestyle Call.
Michael McLean from Brookdale, Maryland.
Brookdale, Maryland is in the house. All right, Maryland. Keep it up. Let's go.
Next time. You got food.
Go ahead. Keep it coming. Shout it out.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted. All participants are now unmuted. The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
This is Akeisha Melford. I'm calling from Berkeley, California, but your regular host for this the team effort lifestyle call are Dr. Denise McDowell and Dr. Gail Wafer, and they are a powerhouse leadership team. They are 1-stars, and they are climbing to the top, and they're doing it fast. I'm so excited. I don't know what to say. I checked my email this morning, and there was another email from Team Effort International, and they're trying to bless us with yet again another bonus, and I'm just so excited about all the things they have in store for us. We have a special call today I'm going to do a mic check really quick for Miss Shakena Day. She's going to bring us the wealth of knowledge that she has in that head of hers. She is a phenomenal trainer. Her and her husband, they do a lot. They go around the country. They travel a lot, educating people about health and wealth and about fitness. So, Miss Shakena Day, are you out there?
I'm here.
All right. It's great to hear your voice. I didn't get a chance to meet you in Vegas, but I'm going to meet you. I don't know if you guys are planning on coming to the next event in California, but I can't wait to meet you. I really, really respect all the knowledge that you have and just your passion for people and changing people's lives, and that extends to your husband as well. So glad to be here on the line with you today, this morning. Go ahead and take it away.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here. This morning, I'm going to briefly talk about, because I know Dr. Denise, she's been asking me about, talking a little bit about bowel movements and, the digestive system. So I'm just going to talk a little briefly about that today, and how it just plays a major role in our health alone. Colon cancer is one of the most common causes of cancer, death from cancer. And colorectal cancer is the number 2 cancer killer in the U.S. And with that being said, it's also one of the most preventable types of cancers, according to the American College of Gastroenterology. So knowing that and understanding that, okay, if we just change our lifestyle, change some of the things that we do, change the way we eat, making sure that we receive the nutrients and the vitamins and all the minerals that we need, we can start decreasing a lot of the diagnoses that we're seeing with all of these different types of ailments with cancer, colon cancer, all of these different diseases and everything that are associated with some of the things that we consume on a day-to-day basis. Now, one of the things that ways that colon cancer arises is basically it arises from precancerous growth, or what we call polyps that grow in the colon. So polyps form, and pretty much it's like inflammation within the intestines. And they form, but polyps can be formed throughout the body. You can have wherever there's like a blood vessel, any organ can contain a polyp. So polyps are abnormal growth of tissue that can be found in any organ that has a blood vessel. So with that being said, now they can be benign or they can be malignant, meaning, cancerous or non-cancerous. So there are different types of polyps, but since we're talking about the intestines today and digestive system, we're going to stay on that route. And who is more likely to develop, colon cancer or colorectal cancer? Those are people who may be overweight, who may smoke, who may have, other irritable bowel diseases, Crohn's disease. Also, if there's a family history of colorectal cancer, that can also be a factor that factors in colon cancer. Studies show that getting more calcium and also vitamin D may lower the risk of you developing polyps within the intestines, or any other place within the body. So if we're spraying on a day-to-day basis, we already know that vitamin D plays a major role, and it's found in over 2,000 genes within the body. So just knowing that and understanding that, and we realize the importance of the vitamin D spray. The reason why the sprays are so powerful, the sprays alone, the actual form that it's in alone is so powerful, is because it's 98% absorbent over any other thing that you would take, over the pill, over the patch, over the injection, and when you tell people this, they're amazed. They're like, really? Just a little spray is more absorbent than a shot or a patch or anything like that? But if you think about it and understand how the body works, if we're taking a pill or capsule or whatever by the mouth, the digestive process begins within the mouth. As soon as you put something in your mouth, that digestive process begins. So once it enters the mouth, the digestive process begins, and as it travels down to the esophagus, through your small intestines, your large intestines, your colon, all of that, it has to go through all of those harsh environments, to the point where minerals are being lost, throughout the process. So by the time it gets to your bloodstream, you will not receive everything that you just consumed by the mouth, everything that was in that pill. You won't actually, absorb that. But with the sprays, we can actually absorb 98 to 100% of what we're taking, because it doesn't have to go through a harsh environment. All you're doing is spraying it in your mouth, and it's going, to your capillaries. So that's the effect within seconds, and you're seeing a change within seconds. So that's one of the major benefits of the sprays alone. And just knowing, if we're incorporating the vitamin D, the cell energy, the slim, the super 10, also the trim by 10, we're incorporating all of those into our day-to-day activities and our daily lives. We're going to see changes, no matter what. Now, understanding the small intestines is extremely large. It can be over 20 feet long, and realizing, okay, I'm only 5'2", and I have something within my body that may be 4 or 5 times my size, but it has to travel through that long process, and that's why, after taking vitamins for a vitamin pill for 30 days, it takes 30 days or longer for you to actually start seeing a difference, because your body is slowly, absorbing those vitamins and nutrients to the point where you're slowly seeing a difference. Whereas with the sprays, you're seeing difference and changes within days. Within me myself, when I first tried them, it was within hours. I was seeing a difference. As soon as the first day, I saw a difference, and that's what you want. Now, there's a lot of different things that may cause issues in absorption within the body and within the digestive system. And one thing is intestinal obstruction or intestinal blockage. Now, a partial blockage is basically a condition where your intestines are partially blocked. And this blockage can actually slow or even stop the passage of fecal matter through the bowel. Now, if this happens, this can also cause pain and some type of cramping, and pretty much your intestine starts to back up. Now, who wants to be backed up? To me, that's not healthy, because you're having all of this buildup. You're eating every day. We're eating things every day, but our body has to get rid of that waste, whatever we're not absorbing, whatever our body's not using for energy, using for minerals, nutrients, whatever, it's getting rid of that waste. But if we get buildup and blockage within the intestines, our body is not getting rid of that waste. So it's just being stored there, and it's being built up and built up and built up, which can eventually, it could cause serious problems to the point where you may have to have surgery or other things like that. But, just that we want to make sure that we're incorporating the right things. So this won't be a problem. They say that a lot of people say, well, we should have a bowel movement like 3 times a day. If you're eating 3 major meals a day, you should have a bowel movement 3 times a day to get rid of each meal, of the waste from each meal. But everybody's different. So just because one person goes to the restroom 3 times a day versus someone else who may only go 1 time a day, according to studies and statistics shows that a regular bowel movement is anywhere between 3 times a day to 3 times a week, and which in turn is okay depending on the person. But the thing is, you have to actually monitor your bowel movements. So you want to make sure that, I know a lot of people don't, this is a touchy subject, kind of gross, but at the same time, it's something that needs to be you need to understand exactly what to look for. The signs that sometimes your body tells you certain things and shows you signs, but you're not even listening to the signs. You're not even paying attention to the signs that your body's giving you, for something's wrong. So one of the things that you want to make sure that your stool is soft. So when you go to the bathroom, you want to make sure that you're not straining. You're not, having problems going to the restroom, forcing it. When you go to the restroom, it should be nice and easy to go, and then another thing is, don't hold your stool. Don't hold your bowel movement. If you need to go, go. A lot of times, I know I could talk about myself, because I don't like to use public restrooms, period, point blank. I'm just going to be real about that. But at the end of the day, I know if you have to go, you need to go. And we also have to teach our children this. If you have to go, go. Because eventually, if we get in the habit of holding it, that can cause buildup and blockage within us, which can eventually cause constipation and other issues. And then to the point where our bowels are used to us holding it. Our body is getting used to us holding that bowel in, that stool in, that feces in, to the point where when we need to go, we can't go because our body's used to holding that. So our body's getting used to doing those things, and it becomes a habit, as well as our children. If they start doing that at a younger age, as they grow older, it's only going to continue the same way. So another thing is diarrhea. What is diarrhea? Diarrhea is when the food moves through the digestive system too quickly, whereas constipation is when it doesn't move through the digestive system quickly enough. It slows down. And so one of the things that we want to make sure that we're incorporating into our diet to make sure that we're not constipated is making sure that we're consuming enough fiber. Fiber is very, very important in the diet. It helps in so many ways. And guess what? With 10, we have all of these powerful products, especially the Trim by 10. It contains the chicory, which has a wealth of benefits. It aids in digestive problems. It helps heartburn. It helps with, all of these different things. Also, it contains inulin. Inulin is a powerful probiotic. And if everyone was at the in Vegas, we heard Amy briefly discussing, probiotics. Probiotics pretty much are live bacteria and yeast that are good for the body, and especially good for our digestive system. So pretty much it helps balance the good and the bad bacteria within the body. So we have good and bad bacteria that we need within the digestive system to make sure that we're regular, to make sure that it helps with the aid of digestive process, inside of us. A lot of times, I read a lot of articles and watched a lot of videos about, people doing, colonics, and when they drink this, they're drinking some type of cleanser. Well, that can be good, and it can also be bad, because sometimes when we're drinking certain things that tries to cleanse us out, we're also getting rid of that good bacteria that we need within the body, because we have good bacteria within us that we have to have in order to keep our bodies balanced as they should be. Now, the good thing about Trim by 10, it also contains amaranth, which is also a good source of fiber. It's a good source of magnesium and also iron. Amaranth contains lysine. What is lysine? Lysine is an amino acid that is essential for the human body. So what are essential amino acids? Essential amino acids are things that cannot be produced outside of the body. So it has to be supplied by, the things that we eat, supplementation, all of those things. So if we don't have enough lysine within the body, it can cause a lot of different things. It can cause nausea, it can cause fatigue, and it also can even cause anemia. So with Trim, we have all of these powerful ingredients. We have the chicory that contains the inulin. We have the amaranth, that contains the lysine. We have the quinoa, which is such a powerful grain. We have the stabilized rice bran. We have the zychrome, the Garcinia cambogia, the raspberry ketones. Also with the Super 10. We have all those powerful nutrients and minerals and those antioxidants, within that powerful spray that can help in so many ways. And why are minerals are so important? Minerals are so important because a lot of times we're not consuming the minerals that we need. Where are we getting minerals from? Minerals usually come from the ground, the soil, and a lot of the nutrients have been depleted from the soil. And a lot of days nowadays, we're not eating the things that we need. We're not eating from the ground. We're eating all of these high processed foods, these refined, flours, all of those things, that are not good for our body, that's causing all of these ailments, these cancers, these sicknesses, all of these things within the body. But guess what? We have these sprays that actually help turn our life around, help bring those balances back in. If we're vitamin B deficient, those can help in so many ways. The cell energy contains the glutathione. It helps with that cell recovery. It helps with your muscle recovery. It helps protect your body from those damaged free radicals. Also with the Slim by 10, the Slim helps target that weight loss that you want, targets that fat in that midsection, because we have to remember, a lot of the problems and the ailments that we're having is coming from the gut. Everything, it pretty much starts with the gut. If we have excess fat surrounding that visceral fat surrounding those organs, that can cause so many problems. We have all of that buildup in the midsection that's causing all of these problems within the body, that's causing high blood pressure, diabetes, all of these different things. But with Trim and with the Slim, we can help people change their lives. We can help them live a healthier lifestyle. We can help them lose weight, feel better. After we came from Vegas, I was out of sprays. I had been talking to people. I was out of sprays. It seems like so many people called me at one time. We had to order 3 auto ships at one time, and that's still not enough. We're still having to order more, and to the point where I don't even have any sprays. And when I tell you I feel tired and fatigued because I don't have my sprays, that's how I know this product is life-changing. Because I can tell a difference even when I'm not spraying, even when I ran all out and I'm still waiting on my shipment to come in. I can tell a difference in my body, that my body is missing something. My body is missing those vitamins, those minerals that it needs, to stay healthy, to stay vibrant, to stay full of energy, to go out throughout the day, to do the things that I need to do on a day-to-day basis, And it's so important that we just take charge over our lives, that we live a healthier lifestyle, that we do the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves, to take care of our children, to educate people on different ways of eating. Eat more vegetables, incorporate more vegetables. Once you start doing that, you're going to start loving it. You're going to have a taste for it. It's so important that we increase our fiber intake, and increase our grains and our minerals. And guess what? And we're incorporating these sprays and this Trim. It's going to be such an awesome thing. Baby, I'm on the phone. It's going to be such an awesome thing, and it's going to be life-changing. And I'm going to end with this. Early detection is important, but prevention is powerful. And with these sprays, we can help people in so many ways. Thank you.
Wow. I mean, you said so many good things in there, and I was trying to pick one to ask you about, but it's so tough because all of those things are really important that you talked about, and I'm so happy that you talked about what you talked about today. We need to talk about this. I know a lot of people feel uncomfortable talking about the subject of bowel movements, but hello, we need to be educated on this. And you said some really good things. And the first thing that popped into my head was, hello, we have Trim now. I mean, it's just amazing. And before you, I don't know if you have more time, but before you go, could you just say a little something about how meaningful the Trim is in relationship to people's bowel health? I mean, it's just amazing. And what you project is going to happen maybe a year or two from now, the state of Americans. How are we going to be changed by this product?
Oh, my goodness. It's such a powerful product because knowing that on average, a lot of people don't, we're not eating a lot of vitamins. I'm sorry, not a lot of vitamins, but we're not eating a lot of vegetables as we should. But if somebody has a pack of trim in their bag, in their purse, or, at their desk at work, and they may not have a way to, they know they need this, but, they may not just consume it, or they may not like it, or, they may not have it anywhere in hand, in reach at work, but they have a packet of trim. And knowing the active ingredients and what's in the trim, knowing that it contains so much fiber, so many whole grains, the nutrients, the inulin, all of these different things, the zychrome, the raspberry ketones, knowing that it contains all of these things. And guess what? It can work just like, you're eating vegetables, because you're containing you're consuming the same amount of the fiber that you need, but it's in a drink. And just knowing that I can just drink this, I can drink this as well as eat my vegetables, and be a powerful combination. So I'm looking forward to it. I have so many people contacting me like, I want to try this. I want to try this. Trust me, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it to you. I'm going to get it to you. But I just can't wait. I can't wait, because I actually put quite a few people on a plan, and they're on the sprays, and they're going to be on the trim, and I can't wait to see their transformation. I can't wait to post their pictures, on a day-to-day basis. It's just, I'm just excited. I'm just excited.
Wow. And believe it or not, most of us, all of us, we all have that same excitement and thank you, Miss Shakena Day. That was awesome as usual. This is why we found the way we found, because these products are so meaningful for us, and our market size is 7+ billion people around the globe. This trim is for everybody. These sprays are for everybody. So before I get out of hand, I'm going to toss it over across the pond to Miss Anita Poole. Miss Anita Poole, are you out there?
I am here. Can you hear me okay, Akeisha?
Yes, we can.
Wow. That was fantastic, Shakena and Akeisha. Shakena, you are such a brave lady to tackle a subject like this. So many people would be afraid of tackling a subject like this. And in fact, thanks very much to Denise as well. I know she's on a special week this week, but thanks to Denise also for even suggesting it. She's such a brave lady for even suggesting it. So, it is a subject that is incredibly important. And exactly as Shakena was saying, cancer, not only of the colon and colorectal, but in fact, even the stomach and other organs that are related to the digestive system, like the pancreas, the bile ducts, the liver, they are actually terrible cancers to have, And yes, what we eat and getting rid of waste products and the toxins that these waste products carry is incredibly important. And exactly as Shakena was saying, having a regular soft bowel movement is so incredibly important to take those toxins out of the body. Otherwise, those toxins are just backed up in the body 24 hours a day. And if you think of it that way, that's a terrible thought, isn't it? But that's basically what happens. Who would want to have a whole load of toxins and waste products in their body when they can actually get rid of them? So, our Trim by 10 and all our TEN sprays, incredibly, incredibly important. In fact, in the field of cancer, what they're working on nowadays is something called immunotherapy, trying to enhance the body's immune system or change the body's immune system in order to be able to fight cancers. And when I read this article about it, I thought, my goodness, it's not exactly the same way. It's a far more natural way, but in some ways, our TEN sprays and our Trim by 10 is actually acting on the immune system. It's, for example, it's acting on the white blood cells, which are actually very important cells to mop up toxins. They're like scavengers in the blood. It's working on the T cells, which are killer cells, to try and kill the toxins and try and kill the bacteria and try and kill even, cancer cells. So at a certain level, it's even working a little bit like immunotherapy, but not as harshly as immunotherapy, because a lot of the work that's being done, it's in a very, very trial process, and it's people with severe cancers who really they've reached the end of the road, who are having to undergo these trial treatments, and they're very, very uncomfortable treatments, and they can have terrible side effects. So just imagine, we've got something in our hands. We don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent any disorder. However, we do know, certainly from our TEN sprays, which we've already had on the market now for a little while, we have got fantastic testimonials of them helping people with many different kinds of illnesses, and actually some of it has been cancer. Yes, the vitamin D3, incredibly important to raise the D3 level when you've got things like cancer, and in fact any toxic or inflammatory disorder. And Shakena was explaining how sometimes cancer starts off as an inflammation, like a polyp. It starts off as an inflammatory growth, and then it grows from that into mutating cells that don't know when to stop growing, and that's what cancer is, basically. So, yeah, very important to not get backed up, folks, in your digestive system. There is one proviso I mentioned. With our Trim by 10, yes, it's very, very good. It's got great fiber in it, got great nutrients in it. If somebody is already blocked up, you don't want to be giving them fiber if they have a serious blockage. They do need to go to seek their medical professional advice, because when you give fiber to somebody who's completely blocked up, it can lead to other complications. But, people should not be leaving themselves to get to that serious. So you want to stop yourself from becoming blocked up. And how do you do that? Yeah, one of the ways, absolutely fantastic, Trim by 10, because it's got natural fibers. And not only has it got just fiber and nutrients in it, it's got both soluble and insoluble fiber, which is absolutely fantastic, because Shakena was explaining to you about, the two sides of the irregular bowel movements, basically constipation when it slows down, diarrhea when it's too much, and often very watery with diarrhea. Well, soluble fiber, because it's soluble and it's passing through the intestinal wall, it's actually taking some of the water with it. So that helps a little bit with diarrhea. And insoluble fiber, yes, you haven't got the liquid in your gut as much as you have in diarrhea. You've got less liquid, and that's where sometimes the insoluble fiber works, because it doesn't need to actually dissolve into the fluids to pass through the intestinal wall to take the nutrients with it. So it's absolutely fantastic that in our Trim by 10, we've got a mixture of both, plus all the other nutrients that it's absolutely packed with. So absolutely incredible, absolutely fantastic product, and absolutely amazing income opportunity. Like Shakena was saying, we've got the whole world to take this around to, starting off in the USA. So absolutely fantastic. So Life, Deepak Chopra, who's absolutely great on well-being, both medically and holistically, and very well known in the USA and around the world. He said, life is like a tree, and its root is consciousness. Therefore, once we tend to the root, the tree as a whole will be healthy. And that's exactly what we're doing here, really. We're raising our level of consciousness about what it means to be healthy, to have well-being, and actually to be wealthy. And we've got the tool of how to do that with the TEN sprays, the THW solution, which has Trim by 10 and Slim by 10, and it has a formula to actually manage weight. And managing weight is incredibly important, even with things like bowel movements, because the better your diet, the better your bowel movements are going to be, and the better you're going to get rid of those toxins, and so you're going to feel fresher and feel cleaner. And in fact, that's one of the testimonials that we've already had with our Trim by 10. You know, people have already said, even at this early stage, they're feeling cleaner, they're feeling detoxified. So it's absolutely incredible. So Joseph Addison said, health and cheerfulness naturally beget each other. And yeah, you know, nobody can feel cheerful when their bowel movements are all backed up and they're feeling all clogged up, but they can certainly feel healthy and cheerful when they're detoxified and they're feeling much healthier. So Terry Guillemette said, for happy health, fuel yourself with dreams and greens. And you know, in a way, that's what we're doing with the Team Effort Network. Fantastic products and fantastic opportunity. You know, it's greens because it's all natural substances in our products. And dreams, my goodness, you know, like Akeisha said right at the beginning, we've just had an email with another bonus. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. We've now got around about 12, 13 different types of bonuses. So Sasha Cohen said, follow your dreams, work hard, practice, and persevere. Make sure you eat a variety of foods, get plenty of exercise, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. That's what he said, and that's what we've got to do. By the way, folks, one little note. I don't know whether you have all managed to see it. Very important note that Robert Hicken put into the Team Effort Network corporate Facebook page. If you're not following that, you need to follow that as soon as possible. A lot of the updates go in that, but there's a special call today, Wednesday the 8th, 5 p.m. PST. That's Pacific California time. If you don't know what time that is for you locally, just go on the internet and do the calculation. 5 p.m. PST today. Announcements and updates. It just gets better every single day. So back to you, Shakena and Akeisha. Absolutely
all right,
grateful.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Anita Poole. That was amazing. Really, really appreciate you and your wealth of knowledge that you bring to the team. I am always so excited when you're on the line, and Shakena as well. I mean, it's just a big pool of talent here and knowledge and people who have this wealth of experience. But what I really, really want to do is I want to close the call out. Thank you so much for those quotes of the day, Miss Anita Poole. I want to close the day out and just tell you that you have a job to do. Each one of us on this call, we have a job to do. We have to go out and tell somebody. We have to share this knowledge with somebody. This knowledge, I know it set your brain on fire. You have to go out there because people are going to be drawn to that light that they see in you because they know you know something, and you have to share it. So go out and have a blessed day. Be well, and let's go out and share. Let's do this, team. Woo! This call is officially over.